everybody. My name is Dio Morales, your host of the Gold Squadron podcast, and we're coming to you live from the top 4 of the Corellia Galactic Championship qualifier. This is the first of 5 qualifying events for the Coruscant Galactic Championship event happening in early November. Looking forward to seeing who wins that, but we got to get through Corellia first. Who will claim this planet? For all of our events here during the Galactic Championship Series, we are teaming up with different content creators in the X-Wing community, and our community team up for this one is Hexiled Gaming. How's it going, Scott? I'm feeling good, and we are also joined by Funwalk. It should be a good one. Now, if you haven't yet, you can start playing Choose Your Champion. The betting is open, only open for a couple more minutes. But let's go ahead and have Bohan. Excuse me, I just read their name. Let's go ahead and have Scott and Funwalk break down these lists. I see that. I'm working on that right now. What happened? See, this is what I was telling you. The computer was doing some weird stuff. Let's try it again. Let's try it again. How about now? Give me a check 1 2, guys.
Check 1 2.
There it is. They should be able to hear you now. For real.
Right.
Live and in HD. Save. Okay, let's try that one more time. So I'm joined by Scott. How's it going, Scott?
Mm-hmm. Fantastic. Even better the second time. How you doing, Dio?
I'm doing great. And Funwalk.
Hello, and it's so nice to be here. And again, I'm mega hyped for this game.
All right, guys, go ahead and break down these lists.
All right, on the left, we've got Bohan with 6 Petronaki Arena Aces, the Nantexes. We've got 3 with Predator and 3 with just Crackshot. The Predator ones have Crackshot as well. So that's 6 Nantex. We've heard a lot about the Nantex in this event so far. They don't need Ensnare to win, and that's why you're seeing them here in the semifinals. Funwalk, what's on the other side?
On the other side, we have the Imperial list with one of my favorite ships in the game. It's the Absolute Unit, it's the Punisher Red Line, and some Wingmans. But, no, just to be serious, like, we have Whisper here, Whisper with passive sensors and Fifth Brother. It got more expensive, but it's still probably one of the strongest endgame ships in the game. And there's Grand Inquisitor, he got the same points like before the update, right? So he's still strong, he's still super effective for the points. And then Red Line with Proton Torpedoes and Prox Mines. Like, this is a dangerous list.
And it's interesting because I've seen people talk about how they're building the Imperial Ace lists now that Whisper went up, and it was, you're going to bring Vader and the Grand Inquisitor and then drop Whisper to something. We've seen a lot of Echo, that sort of thing. But no. Renato says, no thank you, get rid of Vader, he's the dead weight. Let me get Proton Torpedo Redline.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I think most of us, we remember the early beginnings of 2nd edition, right? Like Double Punisher and Whisper. I still have like bad dreams about that, and I'm a little afraid now to see Redline and Whisper on the same side.
Now, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about, this 6 Nantex list. Absolutely something we haven't seen much of. And in the Galaxies chat, Bohan was talking about it, and in his mind, he was doing a little bit of math. These are, for the points, one of the best jousters you can actually have right now in the game, with the reposition plus the secondary arc and the number of them you're able to fit in. He's feeling really confident about it and showing that, hey, he's brought it all the way to the top 4 event. And again, I know that there are still some people who need convincing to think that TTS X-Wing is quote-unquote real X-Wing. Listen, we had 218 players play through Swiss. We have a top 4. These players are legit. And one thing I like to emphasize with this, you will see some of the great X-Wing names that you've seen when we were playing in person. They still pop up in this top cut. Bohan is a very good X-Wing player out of Canada. Renato, an awesome player out of Peru. This is some top-notch X-Wing we're watching here today.
Yes, and I really like it. That's the greatest thing about online X-Wing play. You're meeting people from all over the world, and that's not what you get usually, right? Like, I'm from Germany. I play mostly with German and European players, but then with TTS now, I'm playing in tournaments against Americans, against people from Singapore, from Australia, from South America. Like, this is very awesome.
Yeah, and I'm casting with Death Rain from the UK and Funwalk from Germany. It's international. I love it.
Yeah, Scott has something like a Sue, a commentator Sue.
I like to think that I'm collecting other cultures and countries like their Pokemon. So I gotta collect them all. I'm not ready to stop yet.
I guess Pikachu.
There you go.
Okay.
Now, before we go too far, we do need to remind everybody that this round and all of our rounds this weekend have been brought to you by Curled Paw Creatives. Use that coupon code Corellia 2020 for 20% off. Shout out to Andrew Knuckles of Curled Paw Creatives. Has been a huge supporter of the show. Thank you to him, and looking forward to seeing all that acrylic swag y'all will get in hand using those coupons. Now, here's my question to both of you gentlemen. We'll start with Funwalk. If you're playing Choose Your Champion, who would you choose? Who do you think has the edge in this matchup?
Like my heart is on the Imperial side. I love Punishers, but my brain is thinking those Nantexes. Like, with all those bullseye arcs, and I see Bohan now setting up, like, he has like 2 lines, and they're like not exactly behind each other.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like using the bullseye arc like he's spreading them out, right? Like, it's gonna be super hard for the Imperial player, for Renato here, to avoid those bullseyes. And I think Bohan just has a lot more firepower here.
Absolutely. He catches one
So
of
I like
those Imperial aces, he's going to melt them.
Yeah. And the big thing is like initiative. So the aces are all flying after the Nantexes, but that means the Nantexes are now great blockers. You have to get close, you have to use your tractor ability to get in the way, to block the aces, and then you shoot at them.
And what do you think, Scott?
And I'm going to reiterate that. I'm going to say the same thing. I'm so happy to see a Punisher here in the top 4, but I've been hearing so many people complaining about the Nantex, and I think that means they're doing really well and they don't know how to address them. I definitely, after these recent point changes, I mean, I looked at the Nantex and I saw it come down in points for the lower initiative ships, the generics. And I still said, oh, Ensnare's still a problem. It's still super expensive. I don't really know that the Nantex are going to be fixed without a new card. But no, they're cheap enough. And the stories I'm hearing is, you think you can get in there and block a ship, but it just bounces right off of you. It tractors itself. It moves away and rotates that arc. It's really tough to nail down. It can be tough to kill, and there's a lot of them.
Yep. And you have to keep in mind that each of these Nantexes have crack shot. So if you land in that bullseye, even as an ace, you're taking damage for sure.
Absolutely. I'm actually opening up my my points comparison document here so we can talk a little bit about the Nantex. Here we go, Separatists. So yeah, this Nantex went down a total of 8 points, an 8-point difference on each of them. So before the points update, 8 times 6 is what, 48? So 48-point difference there. That's huge.
Yeah.
Not too bad. Yeah. And like I'm thinking that the Nantexes will win, but this will be like a big skill matchup. Like if Renato can catch the Nantexes in range 3 with the proton torpedoes, you have good chances to just delete one of them. So let's see. So this is gonna be up in the air for both players for sure.
Players in the viewers in the chat asking me to reopen betting. I'll open it for a little bit. Go ahead and get your bets in. Here's your opportunity. I'll leave it open for 1 minute. Go ahead, Scott. What were you going to say?
So Funwalk, you hold an event with Timo Raab, right? Beat Timo Raab.
Yeah, Timo Rabe from Germany, the UK SOS champion. We had like a show match recently where he played Benedict Link, our second German SOS champion. And Bene chose a list with the Petronaki aces already. Like, some people had like a feeling already that these Nantexes would be great, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that was the first time that I saw it and had to take it seriously. It's like, oh no, people are really building these lists without Ensnare, and it is viable.
Yeah,
absolutely. Timo also one of our Space Jam champions.
Yes, that's true. Timo also won one of the Space Jams, and I'm gonna plug a little bit the show. It was a German thing, Beat the Rabe. And on that show, you could play as a TTS player, play against Timo Rabe in a show match. And if you win, you would get prizes from the community. And each time Timo Rabe wins that match, we are putting those prizes back into the prize pool. So each time Timo wins, the prize pool will get bigger and bigger and bigger. In the last season, it took like, I think, 6 games for somebody to beat Timo, and that person won like a ton of prizes.
That's pretty cool.
And after the summer break, we will go international with that format. So we will do some advertising on the Discords and social media, I think. But then everybody in the whole world has a chance to beat Timo Rabe. And if you do, you will earn those prizes.
Awesome. That's a really cool format. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's great for me. I mean, I'm seeing these, these international list builders doing things that I wouldn't think of or that I would just write off as bad. I mean, Nantexes for sure showed up there first, and now I'm seeing them all over this event.
All right, so I closed the betting there. We got an additional 200,000, almost 300,000 points in the pot. And right now, if you guys want to know the balance of that, we have 55% of the field on Bohan's side, with 44% of the field going to Renato. Pretty solid. Pretty solid.
Yeah, super close.
Yeah, I think it's gonna This engagement is definitely going to be a little bit delayed. It's going to take some time because the players need to feel each other out. Every X-Wing player wants their ideal engagement. And we hit on a couple of those things. Renato would likely prefer to catch maybe 1 or 2 of these guys in range 3 with all 3 of their ships.
Yes.
With being able to have a couple of exit points, because the problem is if you go into the corner and chase these Nantex, you can end up in a spot where, hey, you get a good shot this turn, but then you can't escape. And we already hit on the fact that these Nantex are excellent blockers.
Yes, they're great blockers, and I guess the next thing I'll say will get people a little bit salty here, because the Nantexes are very similar to the Quad Vipers. Like, they can do the hard turns into the barrel rods to more or less like stay very close in their starting position, like we see.
I was gonna say, I looked back at TTS and I was like, wait, how long has this game been going? Because those Nantex are in the same place, and yeah, like you said, they can just one hard barrel roll and pretty much stay in place.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, this final salvo, which is super crazy for the Nantexes, 18 red dice. Oof.
Well, yeah, there's that 2 hard, so not gonna stay in this corner for too long. Gonna move a little bit.
Might be going to the left here with the barrel rolls on the tractor.
Yeah, you have to make the left barrel roll kind of right, because then you're not in the way of all your other guys.
I was just gonna say, getting your arc facing the right direction for the turn that you actually think you're going to shoot is an art. Because if you want to reposition, you have to turn your turret. Ooh, he's going for the boost.
He's going big.
Yeah, for the move forward. That's cool. Mm-hmm.
Bohan is ready to
quite
engage.
Exciting. Yeah.
He heard somebody accuse him of fortressing, and he's like, no. I'm coming in.
Stream sniping confirmed. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking here. This is quite interesting. He's choosing to engage, using that corner rock to be on the left and right side of that, not rock, gas cloud. This is quite interesting because usually you want to avoid engagement flying through such a corner rock, because that will mess up your formation. So I think it's quite interesting that he's choosing to split up right now.
Yeah, that is an interesting looking formation.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things with
the
these
first engagement will be super important.
Yes, it's gonna be huge. Well, one of the things that the aces don't mind is if you do have an open area, is if Bohan had kept all these guys in a single block, that can be pretty easy to evade with these slippery ships.
Yeah.
And he's got his arcs all facing forward, so next turn he probably won't even need to reposition. If he's going after red line, he can easily just catch him there in that corner. See, Grand Inquisitor is going to make him think about it, though.
Yeah. So red line, he's committing to the corner, and in Renato's mind, I think he has to think about the trade, right? You're gonna trade red line against as many Nantexes as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Because red one will not survive the joust, not at all. But he could be okay with that, like trading Nantexes for red line, and you have Whisper, like I said earlier, one of the best endgame finishers in the game. And you have like the Grand Inquisitor as another ace. you could clean up those Nantexes after that, after Redline leaves some wrecks and then holds in that formation.
All right. No shots. And yeah, the question is, can Redline stay far enough away to actually shoot a proton torpedo? Because if these Nantexes, they have a
They have
5 forward.
They can go 6 with with a tractor.
Yeah. Oh
So
man, I'm trying to think how close can you get to Redline?
That's not even 6, right? That's more, because you're moving 5 forward base and then 1 forward base.
Also, it's 7.
So
7.
actually- Yep. That's 7 forward, and that's wow.
Yeah, that's definitely something I'm nervous for Redline definitely going in the corner, because he could get pinned, and if Renato loses Redline and doesn't take out, I mean, Redline's worth 70, you need 2.5 to get more than the cost of Redline, and I don't think you'll be able to get that in the amount of time it takes to kill Redline for Bohan.
Yeah. So I think also Renato has to think about not even trading Redline for Nantexes, but trading Redline for position here. If you can maybe keep the Nantexes in that corner here, you have maybe an easier time with Whisper to clean up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm meaning?
Yeah, baiting him into the corner. It's like, no, I'm not going in the corner. I'm bringing you to the corner.
Yes.
I'm not trapped in here with you. You're trapped in here with me. I'm thinking of advanced sensors. I mean, he could barrel roll towards the board edge and then one bank. If that's going to keep him pretty far away.
There's
I don't
no
know if
advanced
that's
sensors
right.
on this red line. This is a trimmed down
wow.
red line. This is proton
You're right.
proximity. So maybe the plan here might be, go all red line, torpedo, and then you pass, you get the bomb, and that might net you 2, maybe 3 Nantex if you're lucky.
Yeah, hopefully, but the chances are not very good, because, like we talked earlier, the 7 forward looks very nice, and then you have bullseye everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Now, one thing I do want to remind everybody watching today, thank you for tuning in to the Galactic Championship coverage. Also, remember, we stream weekly here on Gold Squadron every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. Mondays starting at 8:30 p.m. with our podcast. Wednesdays at 6 for Gold Squadron League Night, where myself and other Gold Squadron members play. And Saturdays is Flight Club, and it looks like Bohan is starting. He sees the bait in which Renato has set up and says, "You know what? I'll take myself a red line in the corner, please and thank you."
Yes.
And yeah, he already had those turrets rotated the right direction. Doesn't need to tractor himself, so he's got all 3 of those evade dice, and he's going to have tons of arcs on Redline.
This is, I think, one of the most scary kill boxes I've ever seen in X-Wing.
Passive sensors on Whisper.
Yeah. So Renato caught that engagement in the corner. He's bringing his aces for the flank.
Yeah, I mean, if he got really, really lucky, you could see you would hope Redline PS kill or initiative kills one of these ships, and then maybe Whisper and Grand Inquisitor can work on another. That is dream scenario.
Oh my
that would
goodness!
be
With 3 modded
miracle.
defense dice.
The miracle. But look at the bullseye. It's counting 1.
It's gonna go on.
There's
3?
There's
3 bullseyes?
3 or 4, yeah. Here we go.
Yeah.
Proton torpedo going into red. He's got a fully modified shot. You got to hope that you nuke somebody, but we could lose red line in a single turn.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. There we go.
Torpedo.
Have a focus
Netted
for
in the
defense. Takes hit crit. Not going to happen. Red line wishing that he had the double tap.
Get another chance.
Line it. It's fine. He has no focus anymore.
All right, Grand Inquisitor, same target. Gonna spend a force point for 3 dice. Has a lock and a force point.
Spends luck.
Spend it on the blank. Yep. Oh yes. Doing well. Oh, still alive. So that means Whisper gonna have to shoot the same target.
Through the rock.
Yeah. Through the rock, and it's still even without tokens, 3 base screen defense dice. That is super annoying.
3v5.
He's got 2. He's got 2. Spend the lock for
Gets the
Whisper.
target lock.
Looking for the third one. Got it.
Oh,
There's a chance. Might be able to clear one. Got him.
oh, so close. Very close, but one is away. But now, the return shots.
Well, at least Death Rain got to keep his focus.
Red line. Red
Red
line.
line,
Red
that
line.
brain.
Oh,
This
yep,
is
yep,
this
yep,
is
yep, yep.
this is Death Rain's bigger brother.
Oh boy, you're trolling Death Rain in the chat.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about.
Like, come on, Red line is the American Punisher, right? And Death Rain is the British Punisher. I mean, Red line, right? It sounds American in my eyes.
All right, here we
Or in
go.
my ears.
Range 2.
Oh,
Whiff on the first
there's
one.
a break.
Could he make it out of this? Another
He's
range
hoping.
2 shot. Two more dice. Has a focus. Dice.
He accidentally deleted the dice, right?
That's right.
Didn't like how those were rolling. Decided to get 2 different ones.
And one hit.
Ooh.
Should have kept the original, but still, 1 damage.
These are pretty favorable rolls so far for Redline. Has not made it to the bullseye arc shots though.
Yep, he was able to get rid of one of those crack shot Nantex, which I'm sure feels great and will matter if, we get later on in the game he's out of crack shots.
Yep, here's a bullseye arc shot. Ooh,
All right.
hit crit.
Yeah. Yep, there's paint.
Spends a focus. Crack shot, I'm sure, trigger here.
Yeah.
Yep, and that will get the crit into the hull, 2 shields, and the card, and that is a damaged sensor array.
Not great, not terrible.
Now, important to note, Redline's ability, after you perform an action, you may acquire a lock. It is not an action. So as you could focus and still get the lock from Redline's ability.
Very nice, using crazy Vulcans, crit markers here. I like it. You love to see it.
Another shot here.
Ooh, again, all paint. Redline down to 2 life points left. Oh, it's different.
Oh,
And the blade out!
Go
red line,
through.
1 turn kill, KO.
Even after taking out a ship, even after a whiff from one of the Nantexes,
Yeah,
still out of there.
and he had a focus token for defense.
Yeah.
Didn't matter at all. Alright, so now that was the trade. Sorry, red line for 1 man text. And the positioning for the net is still super okay, right? Because they have all the 1 hearts and the tractors and everything. And oof.
Death Rain,
Like,
if it was Death Rain in the list, he wouldn't have been able to kill one of those Nantex anyway. He wouldn't have been in a position to do that. So,
Was he going to barrage rocket one of those to death? I don't think so.
not today. No, exactly. Not quite enough.
But look at this. What state right now? Like, what can Inqui do? He has to run away, because if he moves forward or bumps into one of the Nantexes, we will get shot at by everybody. Whisper can only decloak to her, right? That's the only position which works, and then she can bank in.
I agree. The best tool that Renato has in this list is definitely going to be Whisper, because Whisper can move very similar to how the Nantex move. Right, you can end up being out of those arcs. The tricky part, of course, is the fact that the Nantex have double arcs. It gives a lot of different coverage, but the effective use of Whisper is going to be necessary. You're going to have to be a surgeon and making sure to slowly pick off those Nantex and get ahead in the points. I think that the Grand Inquisitor though, the play on the Grand Inquisitor is going to need to be a balance of cagey and finding your spot, but you have to be bait as well, because you don't want to be just running away with the Grand Inquisitor, because Bohan can very quickly just flip this formation and just start stalking Whisper. So you gotta have to keep bait and switch with both of them now that you've lost your big threat of Redline.
I absolutely agree on like the Inqui. He's like the best baiter in the game, right? Like he has 2 force tokens. He has access to the linkage actions. He has an evade token as action. So nobody wants to shoot into the Inquisitor, usually.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah, I think like Dion was saying, if they start having trouble pinning an ace down, we might see them rotate that turret left to right, get that almost 180-degree arc going, and then it's going to be a lot tougher for the aces. I think when they knew exactly where the Punisher was going to be, yeah, keep those arcs in the front. You don't need to worry about it. But now we're getting into dodgy territory, so we may see them rotate the arc.
Yeah, and you have to keep in mind the Nantexes, they can take the tractor token and rotate the turret without moving. They don't need to move themselves. So if they're already in a great position, just take the tractor for the turret.
And the thing is, with so many of them being on the board, I know some people, especially newer players, might be thinking, why would I want to lower my defense just to rotate my turret? The thing is that because there's so many of them, you're really only negatively affecting the number of Nantex equal to the number of shots coming in. Yeah. So it's one of those where it's like, hey, I'll take the risk because it still benefits me more times than it doesn't.
Yeah, that's so true. And come on, like, one Nantex is like a little bit above 30 points, even if you lose one. Like, it's it doesn't hurt you too much.
All right, let's see if he starts rotating. He can see Whisper is obviously not going to be in that arc. So does he want to rotate? Also important to note with the pinpoint tractor array, you take the tractor token, rotate your arc, then resolve the tractor move. You do not move and then rotate.
Okay. So you have to decide first.
Exactly. You don't get the information of where you're going to be after the movement to then decide where you want to put the turret.
So somebody in the chat was asking, can you tractor yourself, move, and then do the 90 degrees turn? And that's a no, right? Because only enemy ships.
Right, yeah,
Exactly.
that's worded. Only enemy ships can do that.
Which is very, very good, because that would make the Nantexes even worse.
Oh
if
my
they could
goodness.
rotate.
That would be crazy.
Yeah, like we expected, the Nantexes are turning in. Like, to the surprise of nobody here, I think.
And yeah, he feels pretty good about those front-facing turret arcs on the back one, so it's just brown up there with the tractor token. Oh,
Got the block! Oh, we might have a dead Inky here.
R.I.P. Grand Inquisitor.
And Renato going aggressive with Whisper, saying, "You know what? This is my time. Let's kill. Let's try to take. He might be able to get blue. He has a chance.
Yeah,
that would reduce the number of shots by one.
Oh, he's locking brown. Blue and pink have both of their crack shots and both of their bullseye arcs lined up on the Grand Inquisitor.
Yeah, and blue and pink have Predator.
Yeah, yeah. I think there's a little bit of a missed opportunity by Renato. I mean, you might get brown, but you could possibly save damage on the Inquisitor if you could just kill blue with the Inquisitor and Whisper together.
So crit for brown. It's direct. He gets it.
Got it. Direct hit. That takes him off the board.
Yeah.
So it might
a little break here for Renato, but now the shot's back into the Inqui.
Range
He's
one.
shooting first. Yeah, he's shooting first. But after that, the shot's into the Inqui.
So Inquisitor gotta think about spending the force points because he wants one. He wants to save one to stop blue from getting the range one shot.
Yeah, he's not spending here.
Yeah, no. Trade it, and then you spend your one force to reduce the range one attack, assuming that the bullseye is in range one, which I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
If the Inqui survives this round, this will be a big, big victory for the Imperial player.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is something that Dion was talking about, which is taking your worst shots first, right? So he's taking the furthest back without the bullseye arc first.
Get rid of those.
Try to make him spend the force token. Yeah.
Yes, get rid of those forces.
First force token.
So there it is. There's the first one. You next you shoot with yellow or pink. I would say probably yellow. Yep, there you go.
I think pink's got that bullseye arc.
Yep,
pink
has a
got
crack
bullseye,
shot.
Predator, quick shot. Oh, that's range 1.
Oh, that's 3.
And Grand Inquisitor didn't spend the force to deny that range 1, so it gets all 3 dice.
Yep, he was saving it, I think, for blue.
Yeah.
And out of
Force is
force.
down. No mods left for Inqui.
And half
with
points
range 1
given.
would play. Oh.
2 hits.
Predator.
So that's going to be doing a damage
That's 3.
guaranteed because of crack shot, no matter what comes up here. Crack shot equals 1.
Natties evade.
Feels bad when you get the natties and it's still not enough.
Yep, takes 1 damage on the Inquisitor. And then the last one here, coming from pink.
Oh boy.
And that's likely going to be it for the Inquisitor, and is.
Oh, just the crit. Just the crit, right? Oh no, crack shot.
Yeah,
right?
crack shot
yeah.
from the following turn
Okay.
does it.
Well, this is going to be a quick one. Oh, man.
Whisper
Alright,
and a
Whisper.
dream.
Yes. The dream is alive, like Whisper. Again, best endgame finisher in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Or quite on the top of the list. And 4 Nantexes would be doable.
Yep, and honestly, Renato is one of the best players in South America. I have faith that he's going to give Bohan a run for his money. I will say that it is an uphill battle because he's had to take some risks, and he took the risk this turn or last turn of bringing Whisper in order to get that good shot. But the problem now, being cloaked, he doesn't really have options to decloak. He might be able to fit the 2 forward, but that's about all you got unless you want to eat the cloud.
Yeah. I think maybe you have to eat the cloud here. Like 1, 2. Oh, if the 2 forward fits, that would be great. But I'm not so sure right now. It's gonna be close.
Agreed. Here,
Staying cloaked is always an option.
True. Staying cloak is an option.
You've got 44 minutes. You've got time to do this,
Yeah, I agree.
to do the dance.
The good thing is like, the 40 minutes, like, so you have plenty of time.
And he's deleted a ship per turn.
they both have.
Yeah, he's got...
All right.
So what I'm thinking now, the Nantexes are maybe very similar to 5 A-Wings in the regard that it's gonna be like a domino effect. If you loses one Nantexes, the other will follow quite quickly maybe.
Taking a look at those at the dial, we've got 3 sloops for the Nantexes. That's definitely a possibility. Sloop right. Important to note the pinpoint tractor array. You cannot tractor yourself while stressed because you can't pay the cost if you can't complete the ability.
Right, because
the turret rotate is in action.
Yes, exactly. You got to be able to complete that sentence.
Yep.
So it looks like Renato has locked something in here. The decloaks are going to be really interesting.
Yeah. I think you have to risk it and decloak forward.
Yes,
One,
I do
two.
agree. And just a note for any newer players out there, if you fail the decloak, you do stay cloaked. You don't lose it and stay in place.
Yeah.
You just return to your original state. But that would also mean that Whisper would not be able to shoot because you cannot shoot while cloaked.
So for me, what is interesting to see now, are 4 Nantex enough of a critical mass to deal with 1 Whisper? Oh, it fits perfectly.
Nice. Okay, step 1.
So we thinking of 4K then?
Well, we got some sloops here. The
I don't
4K
know.
might not net him a shot.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I'm thinking with so much time left on the clock, you don't need to 4K. You just take another round to reposition yourself.
Especially with Renato.
I mean, I think if you...
Ooh, okay. Yep, he's spreading them out, getting some shenanigans here, covering some of the moves, trying to get the blocks. I like it. It's good movement here by Bohan.
See, if he wasn't planning on shooting, then I don't think he would have decloaked, but maybe he would go for a passive and have the lock for later. Ooh, man. They are covering all the places.
I mean, if you're in a bad position, you can cloak again as an action for the Phantom.
So Bohan, I think, trying to cover the 4K there. That's what that is. You see him going forward.
Yep. For sure. So let's see how big brain Renato is here.
Turning away could be clutch.
Yes. I was thinking that.
Takes the focus.
Ooh. The problem here is if
oh no, it's the 4K! Oh, boy,
it's the 4K.
With the call!
So that means Pink has Bullseye and still it's going to be a Predator. No crack shot on that one. And it's going to be taking shots from all four of the Nantex because of the positioning currently of those turrets.
Yeah, Pink has Bullseye, Blue has range 1 turret. Oh man.
Yellow has it.
Not with
Yellow
that attitude.
But still, like...
Not a great shot, but I think it's still there.
Alright, so... Renato hoping for a hit here, so he can get his second evade token.
That's right, that's Whisper's ability. You know, a lot of people focus on just the cloaking and decloaking, but she does have a little extra text after you perform an attack that hits, gain an evade token.
Yeah, this is gonna be so crucial for him.
There we go.
Looks not too bad. He has to spend his force token here.
Yep, hit, crit, crit.
Yep, and that's an automatic hit. He gets his second evade token, and this is super, super big.
Hit, crit, hoping for something like a blinded pilot. Panicked pilot, okay.
Got panicked.
That shuts down that ship a little bit. Not able to do the tractor shenanigans, at least for a couple of turns.
And then lose stabilizer.
Oh,
so, yeah.
all right.
Blue is out of the game for a bit.
Affecting some of the movement. Nick, if you could get
This
some of the worded crit tokens on there, just get those, swap them out for just the plain ones.
I think Blue's banking on the fact that there is not going to be another turn.
Yeah, maybe. But now, with 2 evade tokens, this looks a little bit better for Whisper now.
I just want to say Yellow didn't have a shot. I'm just saying.
Alright. Professional streamer, Scott. Not too bad.
Barely.
I cheated. I put my face on the mat.
Alright, this looks quite a lot better for Whisper now, because yellow no shots, green is whiffing.
Here's the bullseye shot. Hit, hit, crit. Here comes Predator.
Predator.
No.
Just a blank.
Crack shot's gone on this one too.
Spends evade.
Takes 1. All right, range 1 turret arc. Hit, hit, crit.
Oh! Oh, he has to spend now. He has to spend his evade token now.
Forced hit crit, but that means the crit's going to the juicy center.
So juicy. Oh, it's a power regulator. And you cannot fix this crit. This means next turn, after Whisper engages, she will be ionized.
Correct.
Oh, this looks not great for Renato.
No cloak. The Stygium Array evade is gone. Oof. How much? We've got 2 left on Blue. I mean, he's stressed. Just move forward and fix stabilizer.
Like this uphill battle for Renato, it looks like an uphill mountain now. Oh man. Very unlucky crit here, and I am not sure what you can do now.
Yeah, there's not much with the ionization that's going to be happening. So for any newer players who might not know where it is, so we have Whisper on 2-hole at the moment. But disable power regulator reads, and we'll zoom in here so that you guys can see it. So disable power regulator says before you engage, gain 1 ion token. After you execute an ion maneuver, repair this card. So that means next turn, after engagement. So whether Whisper shoots or not, it doesn't matter because the engagement happens anyway. On that turn, Bohan's going to know exactly where Whisper is, and with the maneuverability that these Nantex have, they'd be able to track her down. And on that turn, there's no barrel rolling, there's no cloaking, there's no evading, because you can only do a focus while ionized, or on the turn that you were ionized.
Yes. But if I want to be honest here, I don't think that Whisper will survive another round.
Blue's out of the fight, so you're not worried about that.
Yeah.
What are you, too hard pink and roll left? Well, if you roll left, you got to rotate the arc. So I mean, it's green and yellow are the ones you're worried about.
Nick, two
it's
hole
two
on
things,
Whisper.
right? You're trying to get yourself in the best position to avoid those, to avoid these shots, or to get you the best shot, but also to put yourself in a position where you're not just ionized onto a rock next turn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think the best move here would be to bump either into green or yellow to avoid that shot, and then hoping for the best.
And if you're trying to get rid of the stress, I mean, 2 banks, that's got to be on that rock, right? So then it's 2 and 3 forward. Ugh.
2 bank? I'm not sure about that. I think it would fit beside the rock. But yeah.
Yep, at this moment, we have also another top 4 game happening. I'm just going to try to get some information about that game. I know some people are probably wondering. They're still in the midst of battle. I'm going to ask one of my judges for some info.
So what lists are on the other table?
So we know it's the one that...
To give you that update, they had a catastrophic TTS issue, so they are delayed. However, it has been rectified.
Okay.
And they are proceeding, but their clock is running way behind this one.
All right, no worries. No worries. Then we'll probably just head up over there after this game is done. Can you just let us know what happened? This is a great opportunity, great learning opportunity.
There was a firing arc that just would not disappear.
Yeah.
It was just laid into the board, into the map, and we had a member of the community, Jeff Moore, saved the day by a little bit of guesswork and TTS wizardry.
So the thing is, like, I saw that issue on my stream like a couple of weeks ago. If you happen to delete one of the firing arc lines, that will break the game. Something is not right with that, and if you delete that, it will throw the big error. So everybody who uses the firing arcs, you have to delete them after that with either right-click on the ship and then on firing arc, or with the delete button. And don't try to select it and delete it with the delete button, because that will break the game.
Mm-hmm. All right, pro tips. All right, so we'll find out some more about that game later, now that they're back underway, which when we get there, we'll get there.
So I got information from the devs now. They're saying that in the beta it will be fixed, but they have to wait for the next update first.
Mm-hmm. Which will likely happen after today, because they don't our awesome TTS devs try not to put out major updates that are untested before these big events. All right.
Man, look at this. Yeah, that was the 2 bank, and it's bumping, and he hopes for the
Not
best.
on the rock, importantly.
Yeah, I know. Like, come on, that was like easy. All right, so Whisper hoping for the hits to get the tasty evade.
Mm-hmm. The evade would mean the ability to get cloaked at the end of this turn. Oh, 3 hits and a crit. Might clear the ship off the board. Takes a hit and a crit.
It's half points. That's on yellow, isn't it?
Yep, yellow, not pink.
I think you put that damage on the wrong card. Structural damage looks to be the crit. Yeah.
All right, so -1 agility for that yellow Nantex.
So Whisper now has access to a force token and the evade token.
2 hits.
Oh, who has to spend?
Yeah. Gotta spend the evade. Whisper wish. Like, I wish I could hold on to that.
Yeah, but nope, nix. Not this time. So now the range 1 shot from yellow.
This is the last shot. 2 hits. Does that one have Predator? No.
And that's it.
Ooh.
That's it?
Has the Force. That's the third card.
Is it?
On
I
the
think that's the
Whisper?
second.
Is it? Maybe I'm looking. Oh, no, sorry. That was a screen issue.
Alright. Just a second card,
One.
right? Yeah, okay.
One left.
But she is ionized. Yeah.
She's ionized now.
One hole left on Whisper.
So I would imagine you just see the K turn out of yellow. It should already have the bullseye arc lined up after that.
Mm-hmm.
Take a look at the. Problem is, blue is stressed,
Mm-hmm.
so he could do a bank maneuver and rotate the arc, but he's going to be at a weird angle. Not going to be super close. A 2-dice shot. Not a lot of great shots to be had, even knowing where Whisper's going to be.
That's true.
Well, actually, what you end up doing here is you do something like a 1 bank with pink. 1 bank with pink will get you a shot.
Mhm.
You leave green where he is. You do a tactical bump so that the ion maneuver doesn't go past, and then you K turn with
Oh, that's
yellow.
nice.
And though you have a bullseye shot as well as a side shot, and that's probably game after that.
Oh, Dion dropping some bars here. That is super smart.
Tactical bumps,
Yeah, I like
baby.
that
I
too.
love them. I love them so much.
I think the tactical bump is better, but also of note, you can still do the tractor after bumping. So green could move, bump, tractor, rotate the turret to the other side, and then barrel roll away from Whisper to shoot range 1.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like you said, it's probably better to deny the focus, but one of the tricks the Nantex has is not caring about bumping.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Yeah, chat says unblockable reposition is really strong. Yeah.
So it looks like Bohan is doing that with maybe a little bit of a different strategy. He did a tactical bump with yellow into green in order to keep the bullseye there. So we'll be trading shots with Whisper.
Green didn't move yet, so green could be moving out of the way, and then Whisper would be bumping into yellow.
Exactly.
Which was also be nice for Bohan here. So I'm guessing, what is green doing?
I think he's showing a 1 hard from pink. Ooh,
Yep.
that's awful close to that rock, but
Like a glove,
Easy.
baby. No doubt. You had a doubt. I had no doubts.
nah.
Never.
Yep, because now pink will end up having this lined up bullseye, assuming that green gets out of the way.
Yeah, green is moving
Yeah.
out of the way here. Is he? That's a bank to the right. Yeah. Oh, he's bumping and then doing the tractor move. All right, Scott. Not too bad. I'm impressed.
You know, you throw a lot at the wall and see what sticks.
All right, so Whisper has no shot. And here you go, Bohan just taking that. It's kind of a crappy shot through the rock, but you take what you can get. Whiffs through.
Yeah, sure. For sure.
Oh man, blue has still not fixed. No, he did fix that loose stabilizers. That crit token shouldn't be there.
Range
The
1,
range
2
order
hits.
at our shot.
Two and Whisper.
And
That's
that's
enough.
the ball game. Well, thank you so much.
Patriots rise
Yeah. Thank you so
and empires fall.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. Congratulations to Bohan. He's going to be making it into the finals. And we're going to actually transfer over to our other game. It's going to take us a couple minutes to do that. So don't run away too fast. But like we normally do, want to remind all of our YouTube viewers who watch this later on, please join us here live on Twitch, twitch.tv/Gold Squadron Podcast, Mondays, Wednesdays, Saturdays. And of course, we have tons of special events. So join us.